Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to our call for tonight. I am sorry I'm late. I've been trying to get in here to do the call. A few technical difficulties, but looks like we are fine now. And so I want to go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn on chat, and let me go ahead and turn that on. And of course, if you have any questions, you can ask. And there are a few things I do want to cover here tonight, and I'm going to cover them. And then if there's time, here at the end, then I'm happy to entertain your questions. So let me put my peepers on here, glasses. I don't have them here, and oops, and my glasses. But okay. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. This is our weekend Q&A, and once again, I'm running a little bit late. I couldn't quite get in here. Zoom seems to be giving me a little agita here, but let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so right now, today we have the Expertise Monetization Playbook PLR that was released today. If you don't have it, you can get it at plrshow.com/EMPB Volume 1. And then you can also use plrshow.com/new. You can use them both. So I want to talk a little about what this is. And basically, the Expertise Monetization Playbook is an over-the-shoulder video course, just like all of our other video courses, and it comes with resale rights, like all of our other video courses. And it is an Ultimate Insider selection. So if you're an Ultimate Insider, I have already added it to your account. So if you go to your account, you'll be able to see both it and the upgrade there. So it's in your account already. Basically, what is this course about? What does it mean, expertise monetization? Well, it's really about how to package your knowledge and sell it. Now, when I use the word your, I don't necessarily mean your, I mean a person's, because you'd be reselling and reteaching this. So basically, this course will teach your customers how, if they know something, they can take that knowledge, they can package it and sell it. Now, I know that if you've been training, or even if you just talk about what you do socially, a lot of people would like to be able to take their knowledge and they like to be able to sell it. They see other people, with online businesses, they see other people, maybe they've got a speaking business, or maybe they're an author, and they want to be able to take that same information, they want to sell it. But then there's a breakdown there, right? Because you and I know from having been in this game, there's some technical hurdles. And so for a person to go from being an author to all of a sudden having to put together a WordPress site or to sell their product, that's a jump. And so what we want to do is we want to close the gap here and want to make sure that it's as easy as possible for somebody who wants to sell their expertise. Now, why does that matter to you? Well, that matters to you because once somebody goes down that road and they have to then, if that's what they want to do, well, then they're going to need more stuff, right? They're going to need more courses. And, you have any or all of our video courses, you're going to be able to make them interested in a way you haven't been able to make them interested before. And I'm going to get to this, I think, here at the end. There are two ways to get people interested in some of the content you have. You can go direct response. And the direct response is send people to a sales letter, have the sales letter convert them, and then they buy into they sort of buy into whatever the sales page says that it is. And what I will say to you is that outside of our market, outside of the make money online space, that direct response model may or may not always work. It may not even always be reliable. We are very hyper sensitive to sales messages. And so we don't even respond to direct response in the same way as a normal person would. And so what I want you to kind of start thinking about is we don't have to always sell that way. You don't have to bring somebody into your marketing funnel that way. And if you're not going to teach them more direct response, then you may or may not want to bring them in that way anyway. So basically, you're trying to find people who know they've got this expertise. They know they've got knowledge that if they can package it together and sell it, that they've got something. And if you can convince them, if you can show them that, then all of your other products, all of your other library, all of your memberships will then be relevant. And what you're doing then is you're prescribing. You're in the position of what Dan Kennedy calls prescribing as opposed to just selling. And that's really the position that you and I want to be in. We want to be in this position where we are solving a problem. We are prescribing this to somebody. We're saying, well, yes, you got to learn Zapier because if you want to learn, because to learn Zapier means you're going to be able to do all these other things that I know you already want to do. And so expertise monetization opens the door for people who want all of your other products. So if you get this product, what you're basically going to be doing is you're going to be using this as a front-end offer, but not just a front-end offer to sell products in the traditional direct response way. You want to use this product and this series of products to bring people into your world, to start to show them what it means to be an information marketer. Everything we've got, all the other courses, everything that you're probably trying to teach your customer really revolves around information marketing. And it really revolves around them understanding that, hey, you know what? I really do want to do this. I may not want to be an internet marketer. I may not want to, quote, sell PLR, but I do have this expertise. I do have this experience. I have been, this thing in my profession. I could take this and package it and go ahead and sell it to people. And when you start showing people that they could write a book, and what that, writing a book really means that if they don't get fame and they don't get discovered fast, if they don't sell 1,000 and 10,000 books, that's not necessarily going to be the fast way to create an income from what it is they already know. Really monetizing your expertise, what you're showing them in this course is really going to be what they need. And so that's what the course is about. It's about taking your knowledge, or your customer taking their knowledge and selling. And basically, I'm going to be doing this entire series. So it's going to be a multiple course series. And I'm going to walk through the entire process using system.io. And you might ask, well, why are you using that? I'm going to get to that, why I'm going to use that in order to do this series. And I want you to understand that because it's very important in terms of our goal, your goal, to create recurring income. And so, like I said, there are going to be multiple volumes. So obviously, I can't teach everything that there is about monetizing your expertise in one over-the-shoulder course, or even one DFY, right? Or even one lecture course. No way I could teach everything. However, when I get to the completion of it, you'll have the full volume. And you'll be able to teach everything that there is to know about somebody who knows nothing about taking their expertise and putting it into a form and selling it, to being able to know everything there is, and then for them to have to rely on you. That's really the goal about all this. And so here's why we're doing this, right? Here's how this is going to help you in a way differently than other PLR products may have, and what it's going to open the door for you to be able to do. Now, what you're going to be able to do now, you may not use system.io. It's not important that you use it. You don't have to be a user of it. What this is going to teach your customer is when you give them this course, you are going to give them your affiliate link. Why are you going to do that? Because when they sign up for a paid course, and the monthly or the annually renews, you're going to be paid a sales commission every time that happens. And so this is going to be less about them having, bought something that you got them to buy, right, through the regular affiliate process. You are creating the need. You are showing them why they need to have this system. You are showing them the system to use. You are then going to show them how to use the system. And that's what this course is going to do. So again, you don't have to use it. If you have, I know some of you, you probably use Optimized Press. You should keep using Optimized Press. if you're using the sub account that we give you as an ultimate insider, you should keep using it. The thing that you're going to do with this is you're going to tell people, hey, you know what? Here is the easiest way to get started monetizing your expertise. I'm going to walk you through a simple platform to use. And so that is really what you are going to be doing when you are using this platform. So that is why we're using this platform for doing all the courses in this series. Now, that's not going to be the only course that we produce, right? I'm probably going to do maybe one of these a month. But in this series, I'm just going to use this element because, again, what I want you to be able to do is to share it with your customers and to also encourage them to get the platform. So that is really why we're using system.io. Yeah, so for your customer to follow along in the course, they're going to need their own account. And that is really what they're going to be going through you to do. Now, here's what I suggest you do. I do suggest you incentivize them and you tell them, well, hey, if you pick this up through your link, which is what, I say my link, your link, they're going to get something really cool that you're going to give them. Where I suggest you give them something if they sign up, because if you think about it, this could be a recurring commission for you. And if this ends up being a recurring commission for you, what's that customer worth? If you got to spend a little money in order to incentivize them to get it through your link, and you're going to get a recurring commission that you don't have to work for, you want to spend a little on the bonus. Don't go get something that everybody else has. Don't go just pick something from Resale. And again, I love Resale Rights Weekly and Mark Austin, right? I mean, I have nothing against them. Now, I don't like to see our products over there. But what I will tell you is that he's doing a good service. I'm suggesting that for this, that when you incentivize something, you try to find something that other people don't have, and you give it to them. It could be an interview. It could be just a talk that you had with somebody, right? When you're doing your weekly workshop, you should be creating lots of content that other people don't have that you can take offline and give people as a bonus. So when somebody says and they signed up through your link, you incentivize that person because they're going to be a recurring commission for you. Now, I've already done videos on system.io, right? The 1.0 version. I suggest that if you're going to use this strategy, that you get both the basic and advanced courses that we did. We just did them earlier this year. So they're not old. I suggest you get both. There's a front end and there's a basic version. Now, again, you might say now you missed the launch price. I understand that, but even still, at $27, this course is a bargain, right? At $27, the front end course is still a bargain. So I suggest you get this course to go with the Expertise Monetization Playbook because you want to be able to educate your customer on how to use the platform. Why is it important? So that they continue their subscription to system.io. And so you are going to be the person to educate them, to show them not only how to use it, but also how to use it in a way that's going to be monetizable. And that's what's going to be most important. I want to talk a little bit about the upgrade because the upgrade is going to be a little different. Typically, I'll do a DFY Live Masterclass, and I am going to do that, but it's going to be a little different. Now, I'm going to tell you how it's going to be different because I think that the difference is going to be, again, when you get this, this is not going to work like a direct response sales product. And again, I really want those of you who are thinking people to think broader than direct response, right? To think outside of the box. Now, again, direct response works. Far be it from me, to come along and say it doesn't work. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying to you is that you need to have options outside of the traditional sales process that really does rely on celebrity. It really does rely on emotion. It really does rely on sometimes market position that in the internet marketing space, you can't get even if you try. Right? A lot of this stuff really relies on things that, let me ask you something. Right? Let me ask you something. One of the things that people don't recognize, and I and I have said this, right, to our ultimate insiders. I'm going to say it to you also. Um, Sometimes the reason why a method that you purchase does not work, right? It has nothing to do with the method. It has nothing to do with the individual. It is because the individual that made it work has been in the business a long time and has achieved market positioning. A lot of things work because of market positioning, not even just because of a list. I listen, you could have a list of 10,000 people versus somebody who's got a list of 5,000 people, but because this person has positioned themselves with that list as an expert, as a friend, as a trusted advisor, and you just got this big list, but you don't have any market position, none of that matters. But you're going to make sales over here, but a person can make 10 times as many sales with a much smaller list because they've achieved market positioning. And so why am I telling you that? Why am I saying that to you? I'm saying that to you because direct response really depends on market positioning. And so you and I, as we're coming out, we're going to have to have some alternatives if a lot of those market positions are already taken. So again, if you've been trying to figure out, okay, well, how come I can't get there fast? Well, you can't get there fast because market positioning takes time and it takes a niche. And so if you don't have that, you got to have some alternatives. And so what I'm teaching you in terms of positioning yourself as an educator is an alternative. I'm not saying it works better. I'm saying that sometimes if you're not like an outgoing sort of, I loved him ever since I knew him, I loved her ever since I knew her personality, you need an alternative. You need a service-based alternative. And that's really what being an educator does. So let me talk to you about the upgrade for expertise monetization playbook. This is a live course, just like all the other ones. I'm going to take all the personal references out, right? It's going to start on Tuesday. And basically, here's what's going to happen. In that course, right, it's not going to be personal. I am going to go through the entire PLR setup process using system.io. And we're going to start from the beginning and we're going to finish when we finish. Now, again, why is that even important? Right? Why is that even important? Now, it could be important if you want to set your own products up there. Right? Now, if you use the platform, this is going to be helpful for you. But so you're going to be able to use this in the course, be able to use it as its own course. But what some people are going to do with this, right? How many of you all have paid for a PLR product to be set up, right? I said, what do you pay? What do you pay for that? You probably don't pay anything less than $297, right? It's a nice little chunk of change. Some people are going to be able to take this training and they're going to be able to use System.io to do their own setup process. They're going to be their own little whatever you call it, consultant, little fiefdom, and you're going to be setting up people's PLR inside of System.io once I teach you the entire process. You're going to be able to create upsells because you're going to be able to teach people, well, I'm going to be able to add on a community. I'm going to be able to set it up so that you get your autoresponder connected. So I'm going to go through the entire process step by step, and it's going to take how long it takes. I'm going to start with one live session, but I'm not going to be able to finish in one live session. I'm just warning. But you're going to be able to sell the course if you want to sell it. But you're going to be able to use it though if you want to use it to have a PLR setup business. Right? Am I saying you're gonna? I'm saying that it will be an alternative to you, or to put it on the back end of your product. So I'm going to go through the entire PLR setup process on System.io. Now, here's the other thing. You are also going to be able to use this with what I call the MMR business model. And if you've been with me any length of time, I've explained to you what the MMR model is. Let me explain it to you now. Basically, the MMR model, and it works very well with this, right? What I'm going to be showing you. It's basically where you're going to go and buy a PLR license. Let's say you buy, a personal development license. And then you're going to go and you're going to actually set that product up for someone else, right? You're going to set it up for somebody else. That person's then going to need their own System.io account, right, in order to do that. And then you're going to share the course and the pages through the share system. So basically, you're going to walk through the entire process, but you're going to give it to them based on, based on them paying you for the setup. So again, this is something I've been over before. I don't have time to go through the whole thing now, but basically, either going to do the rest of the process for them or just give them the videos, right? However you want to do it, and then charge accordingly. Or if you source the product, you set it up so that all they got to do is log in their System.io account and then connect their sales system. Well, you need to charge accordingly. Now I have one here, $297. You can charge more than that, right? Because think about it. The person does not know how to sell a product. They don't know anything about PLR. You are not only sourcing the PLR, you're finding the right product, but what you are also doing is you are setting it up for them. So when you think about this, see that, so again, I want you to understand what this DFY is going to be. Now, right now, I've got the DFY priced the way all our DFYs are priced. I will be going up on the price because of what it is, right? I'm introducing it, and I know that it's difficult for me to explain on the sales page. It's easier for me to explain to you here, but I want you to understand what it's going to do. So it's going to take me multiple sessions to teach the PLR setup process in System.io. But once I teach this to you, you got multiple things you can do. You can set up your own PLR. That makes it worth it in and of itself because you're going to save sometimes what is a nice little fee, right? Going to save yourself some time. But you're also then going to create your own business, right? Or your own business model. So once again, I want you to think about what this really means. You could take our videos and watch this now. Watch this. You could take our over-the-shoulder videos. You can train the millennial in your house. You can train the spouse in your house, right? You can train auntie. You can train, let's say you've got an aging parent. They need something meaningful to do. Show them how to do this, right? Show them how to do this setup. Put their hands to work. And so basically, you're going to teach people how to do a setup. I know a ton of people who got their parents working for them. It's not that their parents need the money, but their parents need something to do, right? They need something meaningful to put their hands to. And so if you can bring in a parent and show them how to do the setup, you're going to sell it. And every time an order comes in, you're going to say, hey, mom, hey, dad, I need you to do this setup for this person. And it's going to be super easy to do in System.io. That's why I'm choosing that. I know a lot of people say, oh, System.io, well, why are you so up? And it has nothing to do with the platform. I'm indifferent to the platform, just so you'll know. I have no love for it. What I like about it is the opportunity it presents for you. So when you get your affiliate link, you start giving your affiliate link to people and you create the need for them, you will then have something that gives you the opportunity to then create a recurring commission and income. Now, in terms of sales page, let's say you get to a sales page, there's no sales page template. You can get all the sales page templates in a funnel done on Fiverr inside System.io for less than $100. So basically, go to Fiverr and you say, well, I want you to redo these sales pages. What do you care, right? Because you've already collected the fee up front. You're just gonna outsource the entire process. Now, what I will tell you is that you could just take the copy, go to one of their templates and just redo it, right? If you want to save that money, right? Nothing wrong with that. And so, basically, what you're doing now is you're selling a product to an individual that needs a product that's 100% done. So again, now you need to buy a separate license. So let's say that you bought our content, you want to use it for that purpose. Excuse me. Technically, you would want to buy another license in order to do that. Now you might say, oh, that's a little extra, but what do you care if you're collecting the fee at the top at minimum 197, 297, 397, right? Whatever it is. Now, if you start doing this process, here's what I want to tell you, right? If you're going to do this, right? If you are going to do this, start out where you want to go. So figure out how not to do any of it other than sell and market, right? If you're going to do this, if you're going to attempt what I'm talking about. Now, again, I suggest you get the DFY, get the upgrade to Expertise Monetization Playbook, if for no other reason that you understand how to set up your PLR there. Now, when you start talking about setting up PLR of other people, make sure that you do it in such a way that you're not going to do any of it. So think through the process. Now, again, once you get in the course, you're going to hear me. I'm going to tell you how you're going to set it up that way, right? So don't worry. I'm not going to leave you out on your own when I do this. But you need to get the DFY. You need to say it now. I'm just telling you that it's underpriced right now. Now, if you're looking at this thinking, oh, it's just the same price as the DFY, you're going to do all this stuff. The price should be $97, right? I'm just introducing the concept today. So I know, and it's going to take me a while to explain to you. This is not something I can put on the sales page. And as I said, I am a believer in education, right? So I needed to educate you in order to kind of show you what it's going to be. Once again, let me come back and make sure you understand this. Do you have to change your platform? No. If you use Optimized Press and Wishlist Member, keep using it. You're only doing this to make the sale. And I'm going to do all the stuff on screen. You're not going to have to do anything. Understand what the key bottleneck is in process. What do I mean by that? I'm using the language of Dr. Goldratt here, but what's the key bottleneck? The key bottleneck in System.io, the key bottleneck right at this moment is that the uploads are manual. So if you get a 50 video course, you got to upload them one by one. There's no bulk upload. Now, partially, we solve that for you whenever you get an upgrade from us, right? So when you get our videos, right, typically, so like, we launch on Saturday, then the following Friday, I make share links available. So right now, so if you got our chat GPT videos, which I hope you did, right? You should have got them. If you got those videos, if you go back to the DFY Live Masterclass, right? If you go to the upgrade, you'll notice there's share links there, so that you can just import those videos direct to your System.io account or your Go High Level account. Either way, that's the bottleneck. So another thing, anything that's going to slow you down is going to be that one thing. And we take care of that for you with our own content. So again, it typically takes about a week, the following week. So, we launched today on Saturday. Next Friday, you go and you look inside the DFY Live Masterclass, you're going to see the share links. You're going to pull those courses right to your System.io account, right? So or your Go High Level agency account, or if you're an Ultimate Insider, you're going to be able to type in a share code that's going to add those products direct to your sub account platform. Either way, right? Because that's the bottleneck. The bottleneck is the uploading. It is a hassle, right? Right now I have I've got a millennial that's doing it, right? As she's looking for full-time work. I think she's doing a second or third interview this week, so may not always have her. I'm going to have to find a way to outsource this, but for now, right? We will be able to get it done for you. But regardless, it's going to be done, right? For you. I want to talk about the multi-session session, right? So I told you about the setup session. But there's a multi-session session, and I think you need that one also. And obviously, of course, I'm going to try to get you to get that one, but let me tell you what it is. Basically, see the gap in understanding this whole concept of monetize your expertise is people have to come from knowing they got this experience to thinking through what's going to happen to get them ready for sale. And that's what this course is going to do. I did it in 4 sessions. I did it live. I took out all the personal references, right? So there's nothing in there that says me, even though I taught it live. You could, if you wanted to, you could reteach this live yourself, right? You could just take a PowerPoint and the transcript. You can do it yourself. right? Or you can just let me talk. It doesn't really matter. Um, Basically, you can use it as an email or web series. In other words, you could take the transcript and make it an email series. You could just sell it along with the front end course, right? If you're going to sell it, you could sell it as its own course because basically it is the strategy level, right? Now, anybody can go and get the step by step, but not too many people understand that they got to build a brand, right? They got to build a brand. As I was talking to you about earlier, so much that you see is dependent on market position. And typically, it's the difference between um, making some of the things work that you see and making and why sometimes they don't work. You might say, well, I bought this PLR product and I went to sell it. I put my sales page together and I tried to get traffic to it, but it didn't sell the way it was supposed to, like it said on the sales page. Why didn't that happen? It didn't happen because of the market positioning. And you might see somebody else who actually did take that same product and make money. The issue is not the sales page. So it's not the sales copy. You could put the product in a burlap bag and not tell anybody what it is. If Tony Robbins told you, I got this secret course back here, he didn't have to tell you what it is. A lot of people are going to buy it just because it's Tony Robbins, because he has market position. So market positioning is the issue. And so what I'm teaching in expertise monetization is I don't want anybody to be disappointed but because they created an online course, it was supposed to start selling instantly. And we sometimes I think in our industry, in order to make the sale, we tell people that when really we know in our heart it's not going to happen that way. Right. And so I'm in expertise monetization, the multi-session, right? That live course, I think there are 4 sessions in it. Now if you came through the funnel, you probably saw it as a bump offer, right? And I think I cut it down like by $20 for the bump offer if you get it along with the setup course. That course really is $37, and it should be because it's 4 sessions. If you're an Ultimate Insider, you already have it, just so you know. So if you're an Ultimate Insider, I've already added that course to your account. So you've got all 3 courses for expertise monetization. And of course, there'll be more later. But so yes, you can sell this as your own course. What I personally would do, right? And I've done this, use it for yourself, right? Use it for yourself. Everybody on this call has this area that you know better than anybody. It could be that you're, you know parenting, or homeschooling. You should be bundling up that expertise and making it available. You might say that has nothing to do with internet marketing. I want to teach people how to do Facebook, and I want how to do YouTube. Can I just say this for a second? Please do not discount all the things that you have learned in your life. Do not discount the things that, even if you have unceremonious career, do not discount what you learned. Somebody wants to know what you know. And if you will package it, make it available, right? And you make it available, you are probably, in information marketing, most of us are ahead of the market, right? For example, I'll tell you what, I have a system that I used in order to provide order for the 13 teenage boys in our house when we were house parents, right? And so we have a course. It's not yet ready, but it is a course that we are going to monetize that experience. That's what I'm talking about. It has nothing to do with internet marketing. It has nothing to do with PLR, but I have it. And I am going to monetize. And you should be doing the same thing. So use the course for yourself personally. Teach other people, right? Teach other people. It's designed to help you to sell more products. I just told you how that works. Teach people that they need to monetize their expertise. They will then need to learn the technical things that I've already given you in my videos. If you have all our technical videos, you don't have to teach your customer a thing. What you have to do is you got to show them they need to learn it. You got to demonstrate that they need to learn it. And so how do you demonstrate that? Well, this course, right, will give them the demonstration that they need to know this. They need to know that stuff. They need to subscribe to you. They need to be in your membership, right? So now, it is education that creates the gap, right? So most people don't know they have a deficiency. Like it's like going to the doctor and the doctor says, you know what? You got about 80% blockage. You need a stent, right? And but that person doesn't know that until they get to the doctor. Right? They know they got some discomfort, but then they get to the doctor. Doctor says, you know what? We gotta clear that out, man. Get up on the table. You know? So it's education that creates the need. Okay, so really, expertise monetization is before people know they need you. They don't know they need you yet. They don't know they need what you learn. They got to be taught. All right. Now, you might say, and this is a very important point to make. You might say, now, why can't I just do this with a sales page or webinar? I see people making $1 gazillion with webinars and all this other stuff. I know that works. Here's what I say. I'm just going to say this as a preference. Right. I'm just going to say this as a preference. Typically, that process relies on the person having to make a decision where they're going to lose something, right? Nothing wrong with that. But I always feel a little bit like when I've had to buy that way, I don't like the experience. I don't know about you. Maybe you like the experience of having to buy that way. I don't. And so I don't want to put people through that, right? I'm not saying that makes me better. I'm saying that the way we sell is a way. It's an alternative for people who don't want to sell that. And so if you don't want to do all direct response, again, there's a time and place for direct response. Everybody needs to use it. That is our business. I'm saying, but you don't want to do all of it that way. You need to learn how to educate. One of the things we talk about as Ultimate Insider is position yourself as an educator, right? Because in direct response, you have to. In a lot of training, I've said, read David Fry's 12-point sales letter. If you read that carefully, or even if you read Claude Hopkins, if you go back, you read Scientific Advertising, right? Maybe it's in the public domain. Go get it and read it. Or Robert Cialdini's Influence, read it, right? The old is in the gold. You need to read those things. You are manipulating emotions. That's what you're doing. And that's just what it is. So you either want to do that or you don't, right? I don't want to do that all the time. And so if you don't want to do that, and again, you might say, now, what does it matter if I make the sale? It matters a lot. The people that have become part of our Ultimate Insider group, I like them. And they tend to be the kind of person that if I saw them, I would probably like to hang out with them. And here's why I say that, because I took all that direct response copy off my page. So nobody came thinking in a froth thinking, oh my goodness, I got to make a decision right now. At the end of the week, right, I will say that the price is going up to $27 and it stays up. That's about as close as I get to scarcity and urgency. And that's because I'm really looking to try to find people who want to be Ultimate Insiders. And I want people who don't have to feel like they, their life's going to end if they get this product. They don't get this product. I'm just telling you, so in direct response, you're manipulating emotions. In what I call direct education, you are stating the facts and you're providing overwhelming proof. So when you train people, just like I'm training you, and I suggest, right, in all of our our comings and goings, we always suggest that people do a weekly workshop. Why? It's because the weekly workshop is overwhelming proof. The fact that you show up every week is proof. The fact that you are on and you are teaching from and you're not looking at notes is proof. It's proof. And so what I'm saying to you is that part of direct education is providing overwhelming proof that you are trustworthy. And when you make a recommendation, it can be trusted. Right now, at the same time, I can't violate your trust, right? When I make a recommendation, right? And one of the things we've done this year is over the last couple of years, is we've stepped up the number of courses we've produced. That's because there isn't enough good PLR for me to recommend to you. Right now, I'm not saying that nobody has it except for us. I'm saying you probably see a lot fewer promotions from me, right? You don't see me every day sending you to an affiliate page, right? And that's on purpose. That's for real. That's because and as a result of that, typically you could supplement your income with that. Well, if I can't supplement my income with that, so I've had to step up our production. And so really, I don't want to have a day where there's not something you can't get from us, right? I don't want to have a day. That doesn't mean that we won't promote anybody else, but I don't want to depend on anybody else. And there isn't enough good PLR for me to recommend to you, right? I don't do as many promotions. I'm not saying that people that do the other promotions, that I'm better than them or anything like that. I'm saying that for me, it's about proof. And I want you to trust my recommendations. Right? If there's something wrong with something, I will tell you. But I want you to trust my recommendations. And that's what you have to do with the people that are going to be in the audience who you're talking to. It's about trust. And the way you get that trust, you should be doing your own weekly workshop. You can do Facebook Live, you can do YouTube Live, doesn't matter. You should be doing your own weekly workshop, because every time you do it, before you get testimonials saying that people made money with you, or they did this or that and the other, and maybe even what you're selling doesn't even lend itself to getting testimonials, when you show up and you get in front of them every single week, that's proof. How many of you have been looking for a way to show people without, when you're just getting started and you don't have any proof? Well, how do you think you're going to get that proof? Well, you can't wait. You can't wait to get a great testimonial to say what you want. You can't wait for that. The way you get that proof, you come in, you provide overwhelming proof, you get on every single week, and I don't care what you teach to start. Right? Ultimate Insiders, they'll ask, what should I teach? Well, how do I position myself to be an expert? I suggest you, first of all, you position yourself to be an educator, not an expert, right? So you're going to be a reliable source of information. Don't put that pressure on yourself. I'm going to be the expert in this market. That's not what I'm suggesting anybody do. I'm suggesting you position yourself as a reliable source of information. That means you are there every single week. If your workshop is on Tuesday night at 7:30, that unless you are on your deathbed, you need to be there. Right? Now, you might need to switch the day. I've had to switch our Saturday night call. But God willing, right? God willing, I'm going to be here. It's every night at 7, every weekend at 7. Right? It's a date. I don't accept appointments. I don't take calls. People cannot come and visit me. They cannot come talk to me. This is for me, because every time I come, I don't have to tell you I know what I'm talking about. Every time I come here, I know what I'm talking about, because I'm here every week. You don't have to guess at whether or not I'm going to be here, because I'm here every week. Been here for years. And that's what I'm telling you have to do. If you're going to take a market position, it takes time to do that. But one of the ways you get started tonight, you set up your weekly workshop, you start doing it. You might say, well, I'm horrible. When I first started doing this, I cringed to listen to what I used to do. Well, if you go back, they're on my YouTube channel. Go back and look at what I did back in 2014, 2013. They are cringeworthy. And so, but that's not even the point. The point is being here. And the point is doing it so that people come to trust you. Right? That's the point of it. You were developing yourself as a trusted advisor. Right? That's what you were doing. Okay, so once again, you need to get, now, I just told you about the upgrades. But in order to get the upgrades, you gotta get the front end. So if you don't have the front end, you get it at the Expertise Monetization Playbook, EMPB Volume One dash Volume dash One. That's where you get it. And again, this is one of those cases where I'm gonna say you should be getting the upgrades. You should get them because they're going to help you. They're going to help you to create the case that they need you. Right? They're going to help you to make the case. Right? So it's Expertise Monetization Playbook PLR EMPB dash Volume dash One. And then all this stuff now, if you just want to get this course, like once a month, Ultimate Insiders, they get the entire funnel. So Ultimate Insiders got all three of those courses that I just mentioned to you. So they get the setup course, they get the multi-session course, and that's because once a month they get a funnel from me. Right. So if you're not getting that, right, you can get that by becoming an Ultimate Insider. So go to plrshow.com/ultimate. I have Ultimate Insiders. You can also use plrshow.com/insiders, right? Either way, right? That will get you into being an Ultimate Insider, and that is the best way to get our content. I was going to talk a little bit about leadership. I don't think I have time. It's 7:56. Let me take a look at a few questions here. Yep. Okay. Yep. It is right. It's a different way of thinking, Sharon. Okay. So you got send two. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Having some conversation. Okay. Let me check the Q&A here. Um, okay, Jim, you don't need the upgrade link because it's already in your account. So it's already in, you're an Ultimate Insider, so you've already got it. Right? Yep, no problem. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this and then we'll close out here. I was talking to Laurel and she sent this to me, right? She said, I'm researching Henry Fail. He's a father succession planning. He had some interesting things to say. And basically he said that, one of the things you want to just kind of think about is whatever you're doing, it's not going to totally consume your time. And so all of us have to aim at being good at what we know. Right. And so, but at the same time, though, we can't stop learning in those other areas. And so the people that inspire us, right? The people that are doing those things, we still need to be reading and learning from them. And then making sure that, we are drawing those things into what it is we're doing every day. All right. So any other questions? Any other questions? Once again, become an Ultimate Insider, the plrshow.com/Ultimate Insiders. Make sure you get Expertise Monetization Playbook PLR, plrshow.com/EMPB-Volume-1. All right. Oh, well, thank you, Santu. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, everybody. Well, thanks very much for being here. Appreciate you all. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.